Yo, this P from Who's You. I want to give a shout out to Music City before we start this podcast today. I love this place is a pivotal space for creators, musicians, and all other sorts of arts coming through the community. And yeah, they got rehearsal rooms, a live venue, and also this podcast room. Come check them out. You can find them at musiccity.com or Music City in San Francisco on the Instagram. Thank y'all. Welcome to Who's You.
Oh, we're recording?
Yes,
we're
sir.
on.
We always record the beginning just a little bit. But hello. Wow. This is Who's You, episode 4. Today we have a very special guest, one of my collaborators from our band, as is a beautiful artist, a beautiful person, a person that really likes to give. As something I get to see a lot, as somebody that likes to give themselves into the community, to other artists, and also to just other people when he's playing. He wants to make sure the room feels warm and felt through the radiation of the way he plays. And you can feel it, and you can see it on his face the way he plays. So this is my collaborator, Demse.
It's an honor to have you on.
You got Passage here.
Intro,
and you got Jono over there, man.
I feel very seen.
You.
I feel very seen. Thank you for that.
Of course, brother.
Wild,
How you doing today?
Today's been a fucking doozy. I'm not gonna lie. But the way that I'm able to see it now, and the way that I think like the universe works, is it's gonna be like, it's gonna come fuck you up for a second, and then it's gonna ask if you can handle it, and then it's gonna be like, all right, here you go.
Yeah.
And then you just keep it moving. And like that, here you go, is me being on this pod right now. So thank you for having me.
Of course, man. It's great to have you. It's great to have
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
like-minded artists and like just be able to talk about like what we were just talking about a second ago, emotions and like why you name things that aren't just names but external factors of life, because it's like that helps other artists find external factors of life.
Because that's all we're doing, right?
Yeah.
It's literally like, okay, well, here's how I got to learn X, Y, and Z about my experience. And then if you fuck with that, if you relate to that, I'm not going to force anything, but if you relate to that, then move how I move. I don't mind if anybody imitates or does any of these other things, because it's like, one, I'm going to always have my way of doing the shit, and everybody has their own unique way and their own path, and that's great. But more than anything, it's just is like how you're saying, when you find those like-minded people and it actually does start to really click, you notice the difference from when you're trying to just like, again, come from another place with it. So yeah, it's cool.
That's interesting. That's interesting to hear, because it's like when things start clicking and you're around people that are like-minded and things are flowing, like it does feel completely different than when you're trying to do something, you know?
Yeah, and I've been on both sides of that, where it's like, I think that especially when you're like a person of color, like just like a black or brown artist, like you feel like, I mean, obviously, you know the saying, it's like, you know, if you're a black man, you got to work twice as hard, 5 times as hard as a white guy, and like there's some truth to that, but then once you actually start reaping the rewards of that 2x, 5x work, but you don't believe you deserve it because of like internalized shit, that's when you start to really crash out and fuck up. And I've experienced that and been on that side of just like, I gotta keep going. And then now I've been able to, just see what it's like to go that way versus the route where it's just like, we talk about just like the wind resistance, like the mind, the mental strain, the things that like the thoughts that just are not even relevant or real for real, that you just can get like totally caught up on. So escaping from that's been like the big thing with art recently. Yeah,
it's kind of hard to escape that sometimes.
I mean, we have supercomputers in our brains that got programmed wrong by the world, bro. You came in and was just like, this is all very real serious business. And
here's
it's like
everything bad possible in the whole world, all at your hands at all one time.
And you're like, it's simultaneously like it's like the source of my entertainment, my money, my fucking my ability to connect with others, all in one thing, and it's poisoning you. So it's just like,
we're like low-key robots, bro.
Yeah,
with that phone, man.
Yeah.
I heard something. Well, I read something a while back, and then I was like looking back at it. But it's like we can have thoughts, and we can like think, but we don't have to engage in certain thoughts. Like you don't have to like read into them or like, you know, it's kind of like a cloud or like dirt when it falls in water that just like dissipates. You know, it's just or clouds that clear. You know, because I overthink so much.
Yeah.
It's what I've been trying to practice is like doing And it sounds like you've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
You've been
Yeah.
just being and doing, bro. Like,
Dude, I be being and doing so much. Sometimes I'm just like, is this too much? Am I doing the over trying thing? And it's like, nah. This time, I can see the level and how you said in the beginning. You're like, you see how I'm giving, and that's really all that I think I want at the end of the day. Is like people see what it is that like I have to offer them, and then we run it up. And then that's it. That's life goals, honestly.
For sure.
And is that when you're really aligned with your purpose and with what you think is important, and you just keep doing it, and don't quit. Like that tenacity, like a lot of folks just don't want to do that. And we're all programmed to go for the easiest thing. We're all told we don't have to go that route. But like, yeah, it's a good time. But also, speaking of all the crazy things, I could run through. Let me run through the schedule. This is the Who's You pod.
Yeah,
Let's run through the schedule for the week. Okay, so I'm in a 9 to 5 like work life mode. I do like audiology technician work, so I work with hearing aids and stuff like that. One dude was really funny over at Soundwave. He was like, "Oh, you're like a superhero." I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, like during the day you give people their hearing, you help them out, and at night you rock out and take it away." And I'm like, "That's more of like an anti-hero." Yeah. Which I'll also take.
damn, that's a pretty cool
No,
alignment right there.
and it's great. I get so many like new perspectives because most of our patients are like elderly, people who lose their hearing, but it's like elderly patients who were like here to see like the Grateful Dead popping off and like here during like the rise of all these crazy artists, so they have these like advanced perspectives that I can get because again. Community is like a very interesting buzzword right now, and having that just be like click and networking, it can be that, but once it becomes a community, it's usually, especially when you start to cross like age, race, gender, etc. lines, then you're really doing something, and people are really percolating. But anyway, that's the 9 to 5. So that's 9 to 5, and then Monday is like solo stew time. After work, Tuesday is my band Coral 9. Shout out Coral 9.
Coral
Homies
9.
Coral 9, bro. We rock the fuck out everywhere. Shout out to homie Franny. This was an old project we were
I was
going
gonna
to part
ask you
of.
about that shit.
Yeah. I can get into the lore later for sure.
Okay. All right.
And then Wednesday, I work over at Glide Memorial Church in the choir for like rehearsing. And then sometimes I'll either sing on Sundays or I'll just do AV work for them on Sundays. Thursdays, like that's my chill, like me day. So you guys are giving me a me day right now, so thank you for that.
Dude, I love
and then Friday, Saturday is either like go to a show, support a homie, or run a show, or go record. And it's just like
live a very full life, my friend.
yeah, no, it's beautiful. I really wouldn't want to have it any other way. Like that's the type of ADHD or whatever that I have. It's like I gotta have something to pour into.
Yeah,
always.
It's super funny because, like, I don't know. I've met a lot of artists that don't realize that they are doing the job because they are doing the 9 to 5, but because they are doing the 9 to 5 replaces the idea that when they go home or go and do their craft that they're doing their job. And it's like you don't realize that this is a part of it. Like
All
you
of
are
it is a
doing
job,
it.
yeah.
You don't realize you're doing it until you got it. And it's like, that's not how it works. You're doing it at all times.
Yeah.
And just because it hasn't sparked yet doesn't mean that you aren't still working. This is working.
And it depends on what your definition of like kind of sparking or popping off also is. Like that's something that I've been able to really reckon with is like the things that I learn in the day job reinforce the AV knowledge, which reinforces the playing, which reinforces like show troubleshooting when things go wrong. And like my entire mindset around performance is now completely different because it's like all those logistical kind of hurdles and tangles and ways I can communicate across differences, across age lines, like all that shit. It just comes from the work I've done in the world. So like, you know, you're talking about like, cause you're in like restaurant catering world, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, you obviously have like a passion for people in general. So you can come rock on a podcast, ask some really dope questions. Cause you're like, you're an unlicensed therapist, like, and healer. And you're like, here's some dope food at the end of it. So yeah. So it all crosses over.
It really does, man. I feel like I never thought about how you mentioned like we're already doing it, dude. Like we're like
And also look at where we are right now.
You're like
What?
the process of like going through a day, just like being who we are, and then at the end of the day, choosing to create and choosing to do our thing. Like that whole process is art. It's an art form.
Yeah.
Living our life the way we do is a form of art. You know what I mean? And we all have a unique version of it. And who knows? Like you can give a compliment out randomly one day, and who knows where that'll lead, right? Who knows what that'll inspire.
That's happened like too many
Well,
times recently.
And it's crazy too, cause like with like that whole thing is like making it. If you don't believe you've made it yet, and you're trying to chase something, you stop yourself.
Yeah.
You say, I haven't got to where I want. I'm not being seen. I'm doing this every day. I don't need anybody to tell me and validate that I did it. I don't need any of my, like, most of my people, they only have been to a show that I went to the city and, like, went back home to perform for them.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, they was just like, oh, I see you doing stuff out there, but at the end of the day, I knew I was doing it. It didn't matter if they seen it or not. I didn't need anybody else to tell me when I showed up, y'all were going to know who I am. It doesn't matter anymore. Like, I know that me being me is doing it. Me choosing to tell you about all this other stuff I'm doing or like outside of it is me just telling myself I haven't got to where I want to yet. And it's like at the end of the day, before when I was literally just going to open mics and making music in the studio, it was like, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
People in fucking other countries, people in the middle of America and these fucking
Would die
with nothing,
to be over
just
here.
to just
Yeah.
be
They
in
would
some of the
love to be
rooms
doing
that
that.
accidentally
Yeah.
I walked into. It's like it's literally like we are doing this, and it's like you forget it because it didn't.
Numbers,
that
bullshit.
show didn't hit you.
Numbers
hard enough.
and then
You didn't hit hard enough at your last show, so you feel like you're mental. You're taking yourself back and being like, "Damn, should I really be doing this?" When it's like, we don't really be thinking too much about our last show. We did that shit. We
It's
like,
over,
wow,
bro.
wow.
And
What's
all I
next?
want to hear is like the recording. Maybe if we like took a little live thing, and so we can go run it in the studio later. Like that's all that matters about the show.
But it's like we love this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere else when I'm doing it. Like I can't be happier than I get to do this shit when I wake up. When I think about my life, I think about what song I'm gonna write.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta go to my job, and now I've made it where my job is my work. But like
Which is
before
gas.
that, I didn't do that, and I would still be just writing the same way. It didn't matter. It was like I get to choose to be where I call myself an artist. I get to choose where my success is. Nobody knew I did music until I felt like telling people I did music. It was like my best friend would be like, he raps. You guys should hear him freestyle. And I'd be like, nah. Because I didn't care.
Yeah.
I don't care for you to be like, oh, he's a rapper. Or, no, I'm your homie. Other than that, if you catch me doing my hobbies, good for you.
Boom.
This
Yeah.
is my hobby, dude. I love this shit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, dude.
with all of that being said, whose art made you?
Nigga. Okay. So I'm an amalgam. Oh, thank you, bro. I love these braids. Shout out All Styles Braiding, Mission and 14th. Those guys are the best. Go
Check
pay
'em
the
out.
money, get your braids. My
'em
shit's
out.
not super cute right now, but it's still like up there. Anyway, what I was gonna say. I mean, obviously, for the first creators in my life, my mother and father gave me the hookup. Like, my dad's like AV producer world. Mom was like a singer. Both of them had their own kind of path and journey with music and with each other and all that. And then that kind of like, it put like the seed of it in me in a way that I didn't really understand. And then it was always just like, there was always just like a little studio in the crib. There's always some rapper dude coming over because my dad's like mainly like producing and stuff like that. And so like the energy of it was always like around and it was always accessible. And I think about that a lot because some people like, they just don't ever even see the shit.
Yeah.
And so then it's like this big alien thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
for me, I'm just like, okay, like, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like, okay. So I'd say them first. And then, honestly, it's just been like the Bay Area community in general that's been making me and making the art that I am. Like, again, I shouted out my homies from Coral 9 earlier. Like, when I joined that band back in that was like mid 2024, we did this like Palestine fundraiser show. That was my first time really playing with them. But before that, I was like a fan and kind of like manager friend, homie vibe. And I started taking over on like lead guitar. And that opened up like all like the stage presence. That opened up all the doors to just like, oh, I can hang in this way. And then I'd say the other big one was my like community back at this space called Monument that I was in. Basically, it's like live, work, event space, similar like Music City vibes, not Music City budget, but also like and also like a living space, like not like a hotel way, but just very like communal.
Yeah.
And the energy in that place, like the focus was on like kind of cross pollination. They didn't want there to be just like, oh, it's just artists in the house, just like musicians, just techies, whatever. They had this like mix, and they were pretty like conscious about that. And so by doing that, you have these like natural collaborations that would occur, and you would just get on some game you never would have seen and be in a world that you never would have known before.
Wow.
And just keep running it through that. And then I just made sure while I was there, how you're saying, just like being a giver, I was like, cool. Like, I went in, they had like a soundproof box. This dude, like tech guy, he like brought a literal like mini like whisper room for his like pianist girlfriend or whatever. They split, left the box. Nobody knew what to do with the box. They're about to get rid of it right around the time I'm looking into the place. And I was like, I could build a fucking studio. Let me in. Let me build a studio. I'll do whatever it takes. And so that was Phase Shift Studios, where I recorded my first EP. And then Monument in general, I got to like host a bunch of jams there. There were some really cool shows. And just have that type of like open canvas in a space to be able to really like stretch the fuck out and make weirdo shit like mirror masks and swords and whatever other bullshit I'm on right now. And so I would say that that's like the big thing. Yeah. But any like particular artists, like Yoi Kusama. That's it. Japanese artists, just legends, famous for these like infinite mirror rooms as well as like these like pumpkin trippy designs, and especially just kind of like exploring like that mental space in a deep way where even, I think she spent like some time in an insane asylum or something like that, but was still making art and like inside. And there's that level of like, it was cool to see some visual art that made me actually want to like think about my own. But sometimes those seeds for your artistry are buried so deep that you like forget.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing one of their exhibits back like 2018 or something like that. And I didn't start really making any type of visual art stuff until like years later. And then like combining it with shit. I'd say the other like artist who made me is Carl Jung, who's just a psychologist. Also, but you know, bro, you know. So now it's all mainstream. Everyone's on their shadow work shit, bro. I was doing that shit in school, bro. I was reading the Red Book. I was getting on game. But no, it's a real thing where you just have these people who really are going to go outside of the box within their discipline and field and keep doing it, especially when they're labeled as like kind of like losing their minds. And then that's just who inspires me. Is like the sort of schizo folks out there who are really just like, let me push the boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of spirit world, spiritual ritual.
It's all a ritual, bro. We all get in rooms.
Life,
it's life.
Yeah,
it's life. Everyone gets in a room, comes packs together, and you got someone who's over here like, give it up. Give what up? What am I giving to you? Energy, power, attention.
Yeah.
And then it's being turned into something else. Like, and you know what it's like to play to like an empty room versus one that's filled up. Like, there's something in there with everyone. There's a spirit in there with everyone. Shout out to Skelly Bo. I don't know which camera is actually.
Skelly Bo.
Big shout out to homie Skelly Bo. Has he been on this before?
Yes, sir. He's one of the first ones.
Yeah, because he's a fucking legend in the making. But bro, he literally brings people together and has folks pray before shows, and that just energizes everyone. And that was something that I was always wanting to do. Before my shows, I wanted to try to find some way to get people to just meditate together. And I think that one of my like pie in the sky like things that I'm really excited about doing is like having that be part of it, and even like live streaming shit where like or say like a project's about to drop, people are super psyched for like the As Is like third album and no one's even ready. Oh dude, Pasha's teamed up with like, to do some shit, and then on the drop time it's gonna be just like the first song is just a guided meditation. You have to like sit through it real quick to get to all the other shit, and then bro. We want to get the whole world to just sit down and just get like a line on their shit, then experience, because that's what allows you to get past like again like the thought distortions and all the other stuff. It's like you give it like some real space and time, and so I think that's what we're all working towards.
We've been having like a little sound bath,
Oh,
sound
dude,
bowls in there, kind of just before the album, just vibe it out,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, we did that at a show. We did like a little sound bath before like.
Word.
Well, dude, yeah,
Shout out Nigel.
I'm super. Yeah.
Who was that with?
I feel like we're in tune in the same way, but we did it at the Fate. We did it a couple times.
Yeah, the Beats
Fate
pop up.
Collective, bro.
The Beats pop up was sick.
It's good to have like to open up performances with a grounding. You know, and you were at the beach one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was
And we
sitting
did
right
at
in
the
front.
beach too.
You know me, I got a problem. When I see something I like, I sit
Yeah.
right in front.
Yeah, we did like
Middle of everybody.
a sound bath.
I'm 6'4". Everyone hates me.
Yeah.
Who's this dude in the front row, like grooving, moving? That's
Love
like,
it. Yeah, that's dude. Please let me know. Keep me updated.
Yeah.
I want to know everything
For sure.
that you put together.
Yeah.
Do you have any visual art pieces that like
Oh,
are
shit.
some of your favorites?
I mean,
Or
that,
some that, like-
that I've got with me right now. So this is the sword. That we
Is that glass?
Yeah, so it's all mirror pieces. They're like one. I think that to some extent, there's an energy of people really trying to go for like found materials in the world and like remaking cool stuff out of it. I just got my car bit this morning, which is not technically why this is like this, but the big thing with the mirrors was just a couple of coincidences, which again aren't real, that kind of came together to make me go for that route. I really just wanted to have like an MF Doom type mask. I was like, that would be super sick.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think I was still working through some like fears of being seen, and I just wanted to like have that be like a shield against everything.
Yeah.
But as I was kind of making it, I was trying to get like a new guitar to kind of match. I was like, oh, silver on the silver, like like, you know, chrome dome shit. And I found my boy Kairos here. It's one of my main geeks, along with its pair from this like Canadian dude, like right around the same time that I'm putting my like first project together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Monument, I'm making the music, I'm running the shows, I'm like trying to be that guy. And out of nowhere, these guitars literally come to me. Like, I think instruments are all like, they find their way to their people, and that's why like selling instruments is like selling your soul. Like, bro, don't do that shit. Grind it out whatever way you can, but don't fucking sell your guitars if you can help it. But yeah, so these instruments came in, and I didn't even think about it until one of my homies was like, yo, you should put like mirror pieces on the mask. Like, they saw how I was drawing it. They saw kind of like the mandala-ish stuff that I had going on. And they were like, oh, like those could just be mirrors. And then that could be on the mask too. And I was like, oh. So now I just put them on fucking everything. And then I get invited into spaces that are disco-studded everything. And I'm like totally in that energy of just like, there's light pouring out. Bro, you can't even see, but check the shoes. Like, you know, it's just, it's everything right now, you know? And I think that I'm a very literal person, and I'm a very blunt person. And one of the ways in which I show that is like, I want to show what the light is that's inside of us, and I'm going to do it literally. I'm going to do it like in the music. It's going to be bright, it's going to be powerful, it's going to be punchy, it's going to be explosive. But also, the shit I'm going to be rocking is going to be literally like, you cannot see me, like low key, because it's like that level of light, because that's what's inside. So just trying to show that. I'm trying to show everybody has that too. You know, yeah. One of the lines out of one of my songs is like, I'm crafting sonic weaponry to make you reflect against your will, or make people reflect against their will. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the mission. That's the God ordained thing.
I want to take something back real quick.
Word.
You said coincidences aren't real.
They're not real.
I need to hear about this one because I believe the opposite.
What? I don't think there's anything such thing as coincidences, bro. I think that it's, again, like back to some of the like Jungian shit, and again, that I think a lot of people are waking up to this on like the faith spiritual end, is you're being like guided on this really cool journey, and it's up to you to like peep that it's happening and go for shit that like sparks both like joy and inspiration in you, and that's going to continuously bring you more and more and more along where you need to go. And there are a lot of ways, you know, we can get thrown off with that, which is also why I think like your attention and your intention is so like important, where you get to be like, okay, I intend to do this, which means that my attention will then be drawn to this, and everything else needs to fall off. Everything else actually is the distraction, and the world and you know But I'm just saying, like, you remember when? Okay, so there was this great moment where I thought a show was gonna be like next month, or like a live session would be like next month with y'all with As Is. That's my first time like really playing live with y'all too, right?
No, we played before, but this was bass. You were playing bass.
Yeah.
So, and also it was like maybe two. We think we were two in there.
Yeah, so we were like, okay, we're supposed to have this live session. I thought it was like a month later. I just pulled up to Fake Collective just to like see what was up, because someone said that there's going to be like some shit going down. It was the live session that I didn't even know was supposed to happen. They didn't have anybody to play bass, filling on bass. I don't call that a coincidence, bro. I think that that's like a
alignment.
here you go.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Across the street is just only like angel number shit. Like the whole street. Like it's not a joke.
But that's why I can't believe that it's not a coincidence that you didn't know. Because if we knew you were going to be there, we would have came at it a completely different angle. We would have been stressing about it or preparing in a completely different way, where we would have expected to have a base. Where at that point, we were like, I don't think we have a base today, and that's fine, because that's how as is works. We're going to work with what we don't have. But without you walking in that door and surprising us, it changed the whole energy.
Yeah.
You could see that, and that was coincidence. That coincidence is like, you can't fabricate that, because it's all by pure chance. Pure chance is coincidence. That's what I mean by that. For like,
Okay.
it's you can't predict certain things, and when you can't predict certain things, and something happens by pure coincidence, that is pure by God wanting it to happen. But that is coincidence.
I think we just think about the word differently.
Yeah,
I think
100%.
that's it. Yeah.
But it's like, for me, or even like just simply today for you, when your window got crashed, you're broken into, you walked out to your car,
dude.
your whole mind and life changed, and thought and process changed in that moment about how my day's going, because you're already going through something too also, where it's like, for me, like 2 months ago, it was the music week out here, right? And I went to go to the artist development thing. I had left early that morning. I didn't have my, I took my wallet with me, right? I didn't bring any weed, though. So I was like, I'm going to hit the dispo right before this, because I'm going to be around a bunch of artists.
Yeah.
I'm
You gotta
chilling.
have
It's going to be a
shit on you. It's
vibe,
cool,
you
yeah.
know? I go to the dispo. I leave the dispo. I walk down the street. Wallet's gone. I was like, oh, fuck. Went back. Heads now. Well, now I have to be here completely.
Pivot.
I have to pivot. I have to be here presently. I have to be here without thinking I have.
And without the plan that you were going to go in.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going in there I wasn't paying enough attention before I went in there. I was going in there with no intention of being there, where now I lost my wallet. Now all of my attention is, I have to be here. I have to be present, because God took my wallet away by pure chance to make sure that I was there. Coincidence, by pure chance, I got that wallet back. I lost it on
what?
mission.
How
You're
did
not.
you
You
get it
lost.
back?
Yeah,
I
how do you get
lost-
it back? What do you...
A week later, I get mail from the hospital saying, "Hey, we have your wallet and your possessions. Come get it." Some dude he took it on. It was literally in the middle of mission, bro. You don't lose your.
That's what I'm like.
you
I don't call that
lose-
coincidence. I call that like karma. I call that like you racked up some good points, dog. No.
Because the thing is again, I lost it. Coincidentally, I lost my wallet 2 weeks ago. Fell out my lap when I got out of the car. Didn't hear it. I was like, well, gone to the wind. And every single time I say it's gone to the wind,
Here it comes.
here it comes right back to me. I was like, bro, what is
like,
going
yeah,
on?
yeah.
And that's coincidence of me not caring anymore. That's me of saying, I don't care that it's gone.
Letting go.
It's me letting go
Yeah.
of the ideal
Ideal
I need it.
reality,
I
yeah,
need
yeah.
it. Nah, it's me opening up my eyes. I need to be more present. It's the coincidence of, hey,
Dude.
you aren't here.
Yeah.
You aren't here mentally. Let's get you out of that.
You know what trips me out is every time I let go of wanting something or like thinking I need it, it always comes, bro. Like your wallet, literally. You let go of it, circles back. Why is that?
I mean, and we could talk about this from like the energy level of like, you know, when you feel as though you lack something, then everything that you do is like within that energy of lacking something. So then it doesn't
Think
happen.
about how much you're not gonna have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like right now with
You sulk kinda,
everything,
yeah.
with like
And that
even
throws
with
you
like
off.
all of our music right now is like, I was sitting here like, damn, why isn't it working? When I had hours of videos sitting in my phone that I don't post.
Yeah.
I have hours of log of proof of me doing this, so
Yeah.
everybody else around me can see this is me.
Yeah.
This is what I do. This is not like I'm not forcing. This is real, natural. We take videos on the side.
documenting.
Just having fun. Just having it so when I'm older, I can be like, damn, I did that. That's like, you don't realize those minimal things until you're past it. It's in your phone, but it's sitting there. We have it all. Your first album, how much did you completely dive into after you dropped it, posting every little thing, telling people about each song, how much this where the song came from, or doing some random videos from when you were making it.
Yeah.
You know, those little things that we have sitting in the back that we don't think people care about enough, but also should just
And
be
it's
out
ready.
there because it's sitting there in your phone.
Yeah, and it'll be ready when it's ready to like come out too. I think that that's the importance of like documenting process. Like one of my friends taught me about that, because like they like went to like art school proper, and they were like, that is such a critical piece, is like both for the case of like if there's like grants you're applying for, if there's like a festival that you're trying to play, if there's a thing that you want to do and you just got it on you, like it's not about immediately posting it for the external validation. Look at me, like that. Like that also kind of messes you up, because you're now it's like, okay, what reason am I actually doing this for? And I've definitely gotten myself caught up in the just like I need everybody to like see that this is happening. Partially because I don't even believe this is happening. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. But I know that I've been able to pull back and go, okay, that comes from that same place of like the lack thing. It comes from, oh shit, I need the validation. So now I got, bro, like, what's the line off? It's in Call Me If You Get Lost. DJ Drama is doing this little ad lib shit with Tyler, and he's like, this shit's too lavish to post on the gram. And I'm like, I'm kind of doing that. Like, it's really nice to like move in silence a little bit and kind of just do shit where not everybody knows, or just the people who are there know. But the people who are in the moment know what's
with
up.
That too is like you also stop from people being able to understand, because like most people can't know what you're doing because they don't get to see it. Nobody has any idea. We're like, how many times?
And they're not able to direct your opinion some other way.
As simple as us going live the other night when we were in the studio. It's not us bragging.
Yeah,
that's where you have to kind of change the perspective of telling people you're bragging about your art and you're overstretching yourself to being like, no, that's my job. This is why I do this. I have to show you I do this. This is a part of the process.
Yeah.
Where it's like, where us not being where we have to be up here and we want that, where it's like they did all of this.
They required
They showed
that.
you. They continuously punched through. Here's videos in 2017 of them doing that album.
Yeah.
You can go back and see a lot of your favorite artists at that time when they were doing it, putting it out, where it's like now most people think it's all
just like magic, or it's in the
it
past.
just happened. It's like, no, they did the work and it rolled out, and that's why they have the fan base they have now.
Yeah.
It's because people bought in when they were just posting random videos. Doechii, she was literally like, I'm gonna post, y'all gonna eat it, and I'm gonna make it.
And was on the artist way shit hard.
And all she did was just take videos of what she was doing, and it was a process. It's like people would fall in love more with watching your clip from you playing the song when you first made it than you looking in the camera and being like,
this is
wow,
my
the
song.
why you don't even sing the song?
I did it. Yeah.
Why you don't even sing the song just plays with you while you're fake singing it. Where it's like, that is the epidemic we're in right now, where people would rather show you the song than how the song was created, where the song comes from. And it's like,
what the story is.
And it's like, oh, it's too lavish for the gram. Well, they have $1 million cars.
Yeah.
They're having late nights where they are doing wild shit in the background that nobody, and that is lavish. That's the type of stuff that doesn't get out. But Tyler Creator saying most of this album was made on GarageBand through us live recording, that's proof in the pudding of him putting his stuff out there. It doesn't have to be all that other lavish random stuff, but it's like the actual processes. That's why I've been posting every day with As Is, because it's like, no matter what, those have to get out.
Yeah.
And me sitting on all of these performance videos doesn't do anything for my phone besides give me more storage. But if you see a video from this show and then a video from this show and a video from that
put the
show,
pieces together.
You're like, damn, they perform a lot. And wait, this song sounds good.
Yeah.
Wait,
What is that?
Wait, I gotta go to this next show. I gotta
Yeah.
see, because they're actually doing. We're showing. You gotta keep showing that proof in the pudding. Where it's like nowadays they're telling us, post your song, post your song, post your song. That doesn't do anything because nobody wants to care
Listen
about a
to some
song
new
anymore.
song,
They want
just
to
like,
know why that song came from your heart. They don't care about the lyricism of like Kobe dying in a helicopter that's in some triple entendre.
Yeah.
They care that I got broken by somebody I thought was somebody I loved, and this is the emotion that radiates. This is a heartbeat.
And this is also like that piece of the emotion. It's not about anything but that. And like I'm someone I now self-diagnose as avoidant as fuck, and I'm working through that in all the ways I can, in community therapy, etc. But that feeling piece, I remember my cousin Yaz, who also like runs a really dope podcast. You should check out her stuff. And she told me once when I was showing her my first project, it was like the 4th song in, and she was like, "Oh, like I hear you now. Like I see like who you are in this a lot more." Because before that, it was still just like I'm performing. I'm not actually like emotionally really feeling it in that same way. And so we talked about that when we just recorded earlier, where you're like, oh, like let's have both of these takes, but this is the one where you said your heart is bleeding.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, this guy passage is fucking next level. because and like what I think it was me and Loke talking about this, and it's like we're just like psychoactive drug dealers, low key. Like that's what we're up to. Like I want you to be able to experience the level of like either heartbreak or like awe or joy or fucking like pride in my fucking shit that I've been able to do in my life, or even just the like most like mundane shit too. Like that's why I've been really kind of like rocking with a lot of the like the indie crowd and folks, where they're just talking about what they do, where they've been, what they've seen, especially when it just gets into like the imagery of like the world that they're in. And I'm just like, like those feelings of reminiscing on all these different times and these different ways that they impacted you. Like that's why we listen to music in the first place. That's why we're here. It's like it's about the story. It's always been about the story.
Yeah. No, I was telling Dosa earlier, is like he was like, I have stage fright. I don't get how you can like either be on stage or even being in front of the camera. I have like that kind of fright. And it was like,
Yeah.
I don't like being on camera, but I'll do it because it helps people get to what they need to think. I don't care to be on stage, but I know for a fact I can tell you where this emotion comes from. I've been there, and like that's why I can MC the way I do at each show with
Fucking
no
ill, by
thought
the way.
about it, because it's literally like I love Loki's music so much, but I also know what those feelings are, and so I could tell the crowd, y'all could be anywhere right now, but y'all with us listening about how we love. This is love here. This is love. This is peace, because you've been hurt. You've been loved. You've been everywhere in this emotional roller coaster of life, where it's like, this is just a part of the journey. This is the thing that you need to hear that makes this song feel so good. You know, it warms you up to feeling that, where it's like even just 10 seconds of being like, yeah, this song comes from my girlfriend breaking my heart. And it's like, and that's it. But it's like those people gravitate to an emotional hook, and that's why emceeing to the like as it is so important, because people need to understand that. Like we talking about grateful. I'm not grateful for the things I have as much as I should be, but that's why I wrote this, because I need to make sure that I can acknowledge this and remember it when I'm not being grateful. I can acknowledge this when we don't have everything. Yeah. We lost everything, but man, I had it once, and those people I had were awesome. Yeah. It was great that I got to do it in that time. Yeah, and it's like I can only be grateful for it,
because you can't go back.
You can't, and you're gonna always want that one. You're gonna always want a moment back, and it's like, well, I can't. I have to be grateful that I had the moment anyways. In the first place. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like that's the deeper feeling that, especially when you play guitar, man, it sings to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. When you play guitar,
I'm just crying, bro.
It literally sings to me. I'll be like,
tell us about it. I feel like I don't think I've seen you perform.
Oh shit. Okay, cool. I'll tell you about what aspect, I guess.
Well, how about your project, your first project? What was that?
Yeah.
Recording that, making that. How was that?
So Pride of Madeiras is based off of this flower that grows out here. You ever see those giant like purple joints? They're like giant kind of stalks, and they're super trippy, kind of like fractally looking. They kind of grow everywhere. They're low key invasive. But you'll see a bunch of them if you like go over Golden Gate Bridge out to Marin, as you're like coming both ways.
Love that area.
Yeah. We live in heaven, but it's real, bro. So we came after that flower, and then it was my first project. And what I didn't really understand what was happening was it was a deconstruction of like my ego at the time, where like I was really like just coming on the scene. It was my first project. Like I'd done a lot of amazing things, but as far as like me being like a producer, me being a guitarist, all these things, this is still all really new, but I'm still trying to show up and pop out like I'm the shit, and also making a lot of really like just kind of shitty like prideful choices with somebody who's like new in the scene too, where it's just like just didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know I shouldn't have done that, and I shouldn't have. But what I really like about the project is over the course of it, you get to see that evolution in both my musicianship, my like writing style, and in like the voice that I really want to carry into these next pieces. And what's nice is that it kind of like lined me up and teed me up for just like creating projects that are based around like clearing out those blockages,
Yeah.
working through those like sins that you particularly suffer from in order to like get somewhere. I think that's also like the importance, and like, you know, there's Prince's song "The Cross" of like bearing the cross, bearing the emotion, like really being able to take it on as an artist, as a human being. That's like what I'm here to do. So yeah, Pride of Madeira is the first. Lust is a Rose is the next one, and so it's like dealing with pride, dealing with lust, and then like wrath. I think is going to be somewhere in there, but I don't have a name for it yet. But yeah, right now, Lust is a Rose is in production. And that song we were working on earlier, I'm like, ooh, it's going to be a good single, bro. I was like, ooh. Yeah, no, I just got broken up with like this morning. So I'm like, I was raw. I was hella raw.
It's a day.
I was like, it's a day, bro. It's a day.
That's the best time to record.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, but sorry. What any other questions about? I feel like I missed part of the question for Pride of Madeira. Did I answer that adequately?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, good.
That's kind of how, like, where I'll Be Okay was. My first tape, it was just kind of getting, like, here's this whiteboard of who I really am.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know who I am. Y'all have seen me as a person that comes in or bees, or whether it was back home, I was around you and I had fun and I'm a fun guy, but, like, nobody knows what I do besides me going to work. Like, nobody knew. So I was like, y'all don't know. So here's a little bit of music for a year of just like singles I made about love, because I really just am a lover boy at heart. I can't take that. I can't change that. But then I'll Be Okay was, here I am, vulnerable. Here I am showing you that this is all affirmations and taking a chance, but also knowing I fuck up. Like, Cycles was literally like,
I love that song.
it's literally like just breaking every pattern,
Every
that
karmic thing.
I had myself. I know I really wrote it for like my mom, because I'd watched addiction my whole life. So it was really like, how could I write something that would really help portray addiction in that aspect? And it was like, it broke a narrative of me where it was like, I do be stuck in situations where I keep choosing the own thing. And it's like, oh, wait, it's not just my mom that's that's addicted to things. It's me, I'm addicted to things. Everybody else around me is addicted to things. Where does that come from? Doing things we don't want to do, but because it feels better than not doing it anymore is nicer to do, so it's easy to get that.
Because life is not about doing like the easy thing, and that's what's like that's what is the trip is like. You're gonna have like these uphill battles, and then there will be those moments where things are easy, but then like, can you fully slide and let shit kind of just go all the way? It's like, no, you can't. Can you go? I recently made like a commitment to myself, and I like made sure to tell my friends, I'm like, yo, I've been kind of like addicted to cigarettes and nicotine for like, and it's kind of dumb. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, can y'all, as my community, now hold me accountable when we're out? Y'all can do your thing, but if you see me try to go and break my own promise to myself, like I want you to be like, bruh,
Yeah.
you know. So finding those different ways to, I think, like check yourself, and then also making music like in that vein is super powerful, bro. That's dope.
And it's just like, sometimes it is just like breaking narratives. If you don't break that narrative, if you don't look at yourself first, you'll never break a narrative.
Hence the mirrors.
You know, it's a mirror. It's literally, it's all that matters is the person that you look at in the mirror. And he, them, she will be different every day. He will be you. And it's not, I don't like people saying it's a personality disorder. It's none of us know what we're supposed to be doing. None of us are making choices. And all of us are a hangover of something that we want or have or do, where it's like there is no, like, you're just sitting here after a whole day of yesterday, and now you're waking up and being like, why am I stuck? And it's like, you forgot yesterday left you in a cloud because it was too good than the other day. And it's like, you don't, like, it sometimes will be, your best days will make everything feel like shit
in
for
comparison,
the next week.
Yeah.
And then it's like your worst days are like, all right, well now, like,
I can
dang,
bounce back
at
the
least
fuck
the
up,
lights
and it's
outside, you know what I mean?
I mean, I think that's the perspective that I think all of like the best artists are able to capture, and like this is one thing where I want to capture this in my production, especially for the next project. And like, again, I'm a big Tyler Creator fan, but like him talking about wanting to mash up like the most like, you know, just like aggressive, like sometimes even like ugly like beats or whatever, along with the most like beautiful moments and melodies and whatever. And I think what really draws me to guitar is that concept of being able to like just have all those effects. It kind of goes back to what P was saying about like singing through the instrument. Like, I consider that my voice, and I think especially, you know, the way that I play, it's very like inspired by your Steve Lacy's, more like R&B guys. Oh, dude, I heard. I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, it's inspired by like some of that R&B neo soul stuff. But then as I started playing more, and just what I gravitated toward was like, dude, I just like when there's some distortion. It's just like, and like you can really like feel it intensely. Because I'm a person that has like really intense emotions, so that's gonna come through in this way. And then like, how can I also Sorry, I got thrown off a little bit by that.
Yeah.
No, you're good. But also like back to communicating the emotion. It's like now during solos, I try to get that, and that's why like again guitar like those bends, those in between notes, those things where it's just like the yearning that like and all of that's in music. Like it's all there for you. For like chord progressions especially are just like, how can I activate this feeling to this feeling to this feeling. And then like whatever melody and lyrics go over that are gonna match in some way. But for me, it's always about listening to what the chords are doing and trying to see like how that really makes you feel.
Yeah.
And that's how I sit down at guitar. Like with this recent song, I was just like, dude, I keep thinking that I'm like really finding this next like person in this thing, but it's like this is a lesson. This is rehearsal. That's what keeps happening, and like making music about that feeling of just that like. Fuck, like I thought that was it. Like, nah, it's not quite it. And just knowing that this musical journey is going to continue to like give that to you, and especially just like when you're prioritizing so many different things, sometimes that part of yourself like has to slip through the cracks for a bit. You can't do everything. Like I talked about my schedule earlier, and it's just like, why do you keep trying to hold on to have a long-term relationship, bro? You got enough like going on, and I wanna establish myself enough that I could like sustain and build a real foundation, as opposed to being like, well, we're both broke as shit artists. Let's try to like, no, bro, you can't make things work that way. But that's what my music's about right now.
Just kind of letting go of a narrative. Yeah, sometimes you kind of can't write when there are like not even write, but like reflect on what what narrative you can grow from, or what narrative you're looking at, because you're looking at opposite narrative.
Well, that's also I think the importance of actually releasing your music, because like again, I think that our words are not the words they are for no fucking reason. Like when we talk about I'm going to release a project, you are releasing all the emotionality, you are releasing all of the things that came with it, you're releasing the history, the stories that you're telling on your head and repeat. With melodies and lyrics and everything, it's getting hella catchy, but like once it's outside of you, it's no longer just yours, it's everyone else's that they could experience. And so that takes like, again, some of that narrative pressure off of you. And also like playing with storytelling in your work, it lets you just be like, I can build and write my own story and my own narratives. That's one thing that I got to learn in like full force while working at Glad Memorial Church. Shout out Glad Memorial Church. Shout out Minister Marvin. There's that there's an element of like every single service they have like journals pass out to folks to just be like, tell your story, kind of think about what it is that is like your plot from your perspective, because a lot of people can have narratives on you and that can lock you down. But if you kind of make the decision about what you want your life to be and write it down, because writing down shit is actual magic, like listen to all the Erykah Badu stuff, see how all these artists are moving, like when you're really getting in there with like a pen and paper, now something that's in here is outside of you. Yeah. Which means it's no longer yours, and no longer you have to deal with that shit in the same way.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like what we're going through right now with music is we're in an epidemic of people wanting to create and create and create, because it's never enough, and it's never it's not it until it's it. And so people feel like they have to keep creating until it like they make the song. Yeah. When it's like, we can make an album and make a beautiful song and let that go, and that's that's not the greatest thing that we should be doing as artists, because we should take another 5 months to like really be like, all right, let me take a step back from making music and let me cherish the music I've made, because that's what I did with my last project. All my projects, like I'll do it for like the first couple weeks, and then it's like, all right, well, I didn't do what I should have. I should have went and talked about this song. I should have went and done this kind of content, more expressing in the way of like going deeper into the like people being able to understand the music. You know?
But you're building that out over time. Is the thing,
for
though.
sure.
Like, it's like you're gaining that skill, and then when you like are like really on your shit. That's the other thing I view about some of these like these projects. I'm like mainly just working through almost like, let me just get through my interpersonal bullshit before I start trying to critique society and save the world. Like let's like do like unplug first, unclog, then make some shit happen. That's also why I don't trip that much off of like the social media game at this point in time, where it's like, let me wait until to some extent I really like am saying what it is that I think I need to say, like to this like wider audience, and like have the message down, like which again I'm down to do for all my music, but part of me knows that it's like when it's ready, when the music is ready, which is like all these different things I'm learning all these teachings and gaining all these understandings, then it's going to naturally pop up, which I think is why, again, we're on this fucking podcast, right? Yeah. Like, we're all now at a level where we're making the things that we are extremely proud of and that we really do want to show off, whereas before it was like still kind of working through it, still figuring it out, trying to get the machine of it all, maybe like establish some sort of team or band or whatever it is. And now it's like, okay, those things are coming together. Yeah. Now I have something to say. Now the microphone comes to me. I'm not even over here like chasing it down.
Yeah. I think that was like kind of, I don't know, what my blockage was like not wanting to make it. I was telling Dosa, I was like, I don't
self-sabotage?
because like I was like, I don't like music videos because that's forever to me. I don't like that. I don't want that forever. I don't care for a narrative of this video to be how people portray this song. I like just feeling, you know? And it's like, that's why I did like when I was beginning was just dropping. I didn't care because it was like, I'm gonna drop a song a month. You might not know, you might not care, you might not listen, you might listen. It doesn't matter. I'm just doing what I feel is right with my music because this is my emotions right now and this is what I'm going through. And then this past year, I did not drop at all. I didn't drop for almost a whole year. And it was like, I listened back to those songs and I'm like, so many people deserve to hear that. So many people right now.
You run it back.
I can, but it's also like, that feeling was made because we were all going through that at that time. The government said this is what's going on, and this is an instant reflection. And I can say that, but I also am writing about the instant reflection of what I'm going through right now and who I am and actually what I see it as. And it's like back then it was like I'm seeing it and I'm like writing immediately, where now it's like I'm absorbing it and knowing that the future is today.
Future is us.
The future is right now. If I don't do what I'm supposed to do right now, then tomorrow will not be better for me or for people that deserve to hear what I have to say. Because like songs like Grateful, that song's been a song for almost a year. I have songs just like Grateful that have those like deep feelings for people that people would love to just get through their day. That Mac Miller sound that people have been waiting for. And it was like, I just don't care to, like, I didn't care at that time.
Yeah.
I didn't care at the time to drop it at that time. But now I'm like, damn, I can drop that. But I'm pushing back Grateful. I'm pushing back songs with May. I'm pushing back tapes with Loki. We have so much.
In the vault.
I'm telling you.
Bro, but the vault mentality is dope.
It is, but also I love, like we were talking with Dom, is like when people get to hear it and tell you they feel it.
Yeah.
They listen to it without you in the room, because when you're in the room, they're going to tell you they liked it, but they're not going to tell you what really, when they listen to it by themselves, they were like, that opened up a world for me. And
I think that this is it's like the ups and downs of performing live as much as we've been like performing live too, where you're like, you kind of can get a little bit of that understanding, that like reflection back, that energy or whatever. And I think like it feeds a similar place as like the recording process. And I've been realizing that a lot too. I'm like, there are some artists who are just, they're in the studio, that's their thing. That's their bag. They're going to go, they're going to sing their fucking heart out. It's going to be super dope. Maybe they'll pop up for a show maybe like once or twice a year, and it's a huge thing or whatever, or they put a lot of work into it. But like some artists aren't on like the recording type of time in that way, or they haven't found some like place to put all that. What I think is, and then where I'm at with it is like, I consider myself to be like a live player first and performer first. And so then once I like gather enough, you know, understandings, people, like, and even just like gaining those new skills, playing with new people, playing with people who are a lot better than me, and like knowing like, or better subjective, whatever, but like, bro, we're out here with these jazz cats and they're so sick. And then I'm always like, I'm super inspired now. I want to go home and do da-da-da-da-da. And so, so I think taking in all those experiences in the live is then what's going to bring all the recording stuff to another level. And even like how we did that crazy like live session till 3 a.m. shit the other night, like, I don't know anyone who's doing it like that right now. And I'm sure those people exist, and then we'll find them later. So so again, I try not to trip off of recording and releasing, and I think that again, you know, there either is such things as coincidences in the passage sense, or there's not in the Maya sense. But we're saying the same thing. We're saying the same thing. It's all going to happen in the time it's supposed to happen.
It's all duality of the same thing, but always different perspective.
For sure.
It's like my thing. I got this bar. It's like I must be tripped because all I see is spirals, files of work that'll never be released, and it's like. I'm going to forget about a lot of these hits. That's why I do want some of them to be out, is because I will forget about it because I'm an artist that continues to create every day. Yeah. I don't ever stop creating. When I'm walking, I'm writing a new song. When I'm in between.
I see you and Loke with the pads out all the time, and I'm just like, you're so cool.
Dude, I literally just like... Writing is my freedom. My writing is my journalism. Writing is how we speak to the world because the world only hears through journalism. But they don't understand that music can be journalism. That's why hip hop was so amazing back in the 90s, because that was the only place you were getting spiritual
stories
knowledge.
About
you
these
weren't
things
getting
too.
You were getting stories about the hood. You were getting spiritual knowledge. You were getting how to get rich. You was getting how to get women. You was getting that was journalism at its finest for the hip hop and game. Journalism and game. And it's like that's how people now we look back to the 90s and we listen to this stuff and that's how we're gonna be seeing the 90s. And it's like right now what we're doing with our music will be how
people see
2020s. We'll see this 2020s, and it's like this is the bread and butter. We are the bread and butter, and we gotta spread it. So they can reap the benefits.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's also like going back to it, it's not for us. We're giving people where it's like, we are doing this for the external factor of just also other people being able to feel.
It's a real offering. And I felt this when we went down for that fest. Shout out to Duck Duck Roar and their team for having us too at that festival. That was all of our first playing at a fest. That moment was like, okay, we're pulling up. We like barely even really packed any food or water. We don't really know what we're getting into. We're in the desert, my guy. We're just in the desert. But the people around us are like, oh, clearly like we care about you because you're in this event with us. But also we had something to really give. And then we got back like oodles more in terms of like random friendships, connect, all that good stuff. And ultimately like the experience of knowing that we can do this. And so like, and it's like, okay, I offer up my music and my soul and my vulnerability and my like life story to the world. And they go, all right, okay, well, here's all this other stuff. Like in return, it just doesn't come to you in the way you always think. And like, that was one thing that like got me kind of messed up in the game early on, was like just I was like always worried about trying to like transition to the point where I'm starting to get paid. And it's just like, you got to do way more work to get to that. Like, you got to do your due diligence. So now I'm just like, part of like the whole thing is just have fun with it again, bro. You'll catch me fucking roller skating, playing guitar in the Mission, you know? Like I like it's the shit. Like how you're talking about you know, you're creating every day, and like having someone just be excited that that's happening in their vicinity, that's like potential. Seeing like young kids like just watch it and just be like, what? Like just like having that kind of question about what you can do in the world, how you can operate. And especially I think as like a Black queer artist, like the importance for me is just like, who are the people around me that kind of share a lot of my different like intersections and can know that it's safe. It's safe to do this. It's safe to be yourself. It's safe to go into the world. Not only is it safe, that's what fucking saves you in reality. So
going back to being a Black queer artist, who are you outside of art?
Who? Recently.
It's a hard question because that's the most thing you think about, you know?
So aside from like my actual job, which again is like audiology technician working in the hearing aid kind of space, I think I'm a good brother and a good son. That's where I like to focus a lot of my energies on, like the family piece. Like, what are you outside of like art and people and being in San Francisco and like doing the cool thing? I think that I'm like, despite my current status as like living on the other side of the country for most of my family, like I know the reason that I'm doing this is that so I can go like this and then just go with everyone that's around me in a large way. And like my brother's a really dope, super talented singer, and he started like really produce his own work and like get into like his like healing journey as part of that too. And like I know that me doing my thing made it so that he knew again that it was safe, that it was cool, that he can go for it in this way. And so yeah, there's that. I think that really is like all there is, because the rest is just art and music shit right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess what else? I think I'm like a pretty good friend. I really like I might not always be able to like catch up in the moment because I'm hella busy with stuff. But like when I'm with people, I'm really with people. I'm really trying to see what it is that's going on in their life, see what I can assist with, and again, just to be like a good listening ear to people, because that's like most of the problems in the world is that like people don't get like the attention and the positive regard that they need. So I like to be that person. And you like you said, like going into show spaces, like I want to make sure people feel like cool, like I'm in a like a safe place where I could be myself and do my own thing. And I see how much you're able to do that. So like here's the ceiling for how like much I can be myself. And I like to just be like raise it. Yeah, but that is a hard question because I'm just on one right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
No, it's hard.
It really is.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I enjoy, I enjoy reading. I'm a big like fantasy nerd, especially like sci-fi stuff. There's this book series by Adrian Tchaikovsky. The first book is Children of Time, and then it's like Children of Time, Children of Ruin, and I always forget the third one. But it's like this insane, like super zoomed out, like science fiction, but like all about kind of evolution and how that would like go in like a terraforming way, and the stories of the people and the aliens and things like that like spawn out of us trying to go and like terraform other planets as like humans, and like the ego that gets caught up in it, the AI takeover stuff, like it's all really it's a blast, and it's just like so good. And then my favorite book of all time, fantasy novel called Name of the Wind. There are two books right now. There's Name of the Wind, Wise Man's Fear, and then there's Doors of Stone. That is still not out, and it's okay, and it will come out. And I know that the artist behind it, whose name I'm blanking on right now, Patrick Rothfuss, he's not going to die before it comes out. It's okay. And if you read that book, you'll understand a lot about me as a person, because like the book is all about kind of balancing the exploration of the musical and the magical, and like being that type of like artist person while also still trying to be taken like just like seriously in the world and in life. And then also how you talk about narratives, like acknowledging that there are going to be these different stories about you, and the way that you're able to kind of like piece all that together, whether you're trying to control it or not, you're going to have certain stuff come into your life and impact you through the ways that like you're seen and talked about in ways that you like don't really understand, because also people are weird.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, those are some things. I'll fuck you up in some Smash Bros, some Tekken anytime, or some Mario Kart. That's on camera. That's on camera. Yeah. I'm a Jin and Lars main in Tekken. Like a Samus and like a Young Link main in Smash Bros. I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's like to bike sometimes. That's cool.
I love my
and then
bike.
and then just listening to music, like it's. Woo-wee. I guess I can. I'm gonna jump into some stuff I'm listening to right now. Check out the Boogarines. They're this like Brazilian psych rock outfit, and they totally like have like changed my life in the way that I view like both like live performance and also just like lyricism and storytelling, and just their shit is just like it's that good like trippy, self-reflective kind of thing, and like. You'll like go through the lyrics and they're in Portuguese, but then you translate it and you're just like, whoa! Like you ever have songs that just like, I mean, of course you write them, but like songs that just like they hit you at that lyrical level. You're like, this is exactly what I'm going through right now.
Yeah.
And like the trip about it is like, even if it's in another language, those songs sometimes find you anyways. So like you can't even understand it, but the frequency and the wavelength matches you right there. Boom, 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 and then you're just like, oh shit! Like that's where I'm at.
That's how I feel
That's
about
cool.
this artist, Reggie.
Reggie.
Yeah,
Wait,
he's from Houston.
really?
Yeah, he's super sick. He just dropped like his first album before. He was just dropping like just singles. He's Smino's cousin.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but like it's not like music like you usually listen to. It's like how we do it. It's voice memos. It's gospel ringings of just like random, like just they're just doing the there's no music. It's just the vocals, and it's like it's just so beautiful / so alternative / like tells a story that his music is utterly, it just takes me to like the realms of how I feel about where I write. Because it's like that it's a feeling.
Yeah, yeah,
can't.
yeah,
How
100%.
about you? What are you listening to?
I've been listening to this album by Joey Quiñones. He's like old school. He sings oldies and stuff. He's got this song on there called Bolsita, which is like baggy in Spanish. He does like Spanish and like bolsita cocaine baggy.
I was like baggy pants?
Yeah,
What do you mean baggy? What kind of bag are you talking about?
Like a baggy.
Yeah.
But check it out, Joey Quiñones. Just his catalogs.
Nice.
Slow, oldies, Spanish,
Me-
English.
Mexican?
Yeah, I
Bro,
believe so.
the winners of the World Cup coming up.
That's two today.
Bro, seeing people pop off in the mission is so fun right now.
Mexico
It's
need it.
so fun.
It's for the
Bro,
culture.
bro.
The way
It's-
America
bro.
treating us, Mexico need it, baby.
Look, we already know. We already know that
got
at
it.
high levels, they're all betting on this shit of just like, all right, so like, who's gonna be like the next one to like get shit on as a country, like behind closed doors? But I think that's how we should just decide world affairs. Just be just like and like. Even if no for real even if there's bionics or like performance enhancing drugs involved or whatever, like we need to be like, who is the best athlete in like this nation or whatever. All right, y'all can just kind of run shit for a sec, like give everybody a chance, you know. We were already throwing these games like just like
the World Cup's kind of bringing people together.
Oh,
man.
for
But,
sure.
The World
different
Cup is
countries,
doing
like,
something
all
for
type
our
of people, you know.
yeah. Even though it is like this kind of like, it is very like nationalistic thing, like you know, you see people who are just at their fucking best, and also I was talking, who was talking about this? I don't remember at this time, but like the emotional capacity to be like, this, me kicking this ball can change my country's well-being, my nation's level, my family, generate like that much pressure to be strong enough to be in those moments, like, you know, it's the best sport in the world. It's the best sport in the
At
world.
the end of the day, it's just a game, too.
Yeah.
I do find it funny though. It's like, to me, it's the same as the Olympics being run while World War II was going on, and Hitler just sitting there. Hey, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. It's a little
Brennan Circusy, yo.
It's a little circusy to me.
Donald Trump.
We are some fools to like come together for as simple as the Knicks. Like motherfuckers want to celebrate a championship, but when pedophiles do what pedophiles do, we sit there quiet and we don't want to stand outside. It's too cold to be outside.
That's not as exciting as
You know
somebody
what
doing
I mean?
a sport ball.
It's not a celebration.
And I think that's what music is, though. I think that's where we get to have these dope messages where it's like, we're going to celebrate and get you emotionally lit off of something that's super real and raw. And again, have that messaging that's going to be like countercultural. It's going to be this thing of like, and again, that's like the old school days of hip hop. And even now, I'm not going to keep just saying only old hip hop is good. Like that's not true. Shit's really fire right now. But but like that happening and them people speaking those stories and the that coming to the fore is like that's just our version of it. And like, yes, it is entertainment, and yes, a lot of it's been hijacked for people who are just trying to make some bread and complain. But what's really happening, and especially if you're in a lot of these different cool like spaces of people who are just starting out, people who are kind of in the underground, they're just starting to get these things out. It's like this raw storytelling and lyricism is coming back. I think a lot of folks know this already, but like live music is coming back in a big way because AI shit is just out there, and you're just like, all right, I'm on Spotify, but I don't care about just the music. It's about the story and the emotion that came from it. Now that's the only way to go, because otherwise, like all these AI programs can like write better songs than me. You know, if you're trained off of all of history's data from all of history, then you can do something better. But can you get the emotion across with a robot?
Everybody's better than me.
Everybody's better than me,
mama,
bro.
nothing.
Hey,
Right?
bro,
Everybody is
I'm
better.
an ant.
Literally.
I don't know what's happening. Bro.
Man,
I like to put mirrors on random shit because I think it looks cool.
Literally.
It looks cool as fuck.
Yeah, bro.
It's
this is all just version 1 shit too.
It's like a
this
disco
is-
ball, man.
it
Yeah.
really is. There's a motto he got. The moon's a disco ball.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. I love that
I
one.
used to put like rhyme. I used to make a lot of clothes.
Word? Bring that back. What the fuck? What do you mean?
But that was a quote that I feel like we're all just under this. The moon's like very powerful. Yeah, you know, like energy. And then the moon is connected to the ocean, and the ocean's like I am the ocean. You know, it's just a very.
Yeah.
So the moon's a disco ball. Like we're all just having fun, riding the waves, man. You know.
For real. I got to do like a dope full moon ritual with some homies the other day. Shit was gas. I will not speak any further on it.
I love it. Do you have any like motivational messages you want
Ooh.
to give to the world, and where can people find you? Man?
I think I'm also gonna plug some homies and some shows as well. But
Yeah,
but
yeah.
before that, I think motivational stuff is just like I hate to be like so cliche, but like you do just have to be yourself, and not like be yourself in the way of like just do whatever, just figure it out, but like really look inward and figure out who it is that you are, reflect in whatever ways are like available to you, whether through it's like your faith, your community, your family members. Like you just have to look really hard at some point in that individuation process and like know that your internal world is what's going to be dictating so much of your external. And like when you have people who are crashing out, when you have people who are addicted to shit, when you have all this stuff, it just means that that work has yet to be like the priority in your life yet. Maybe your priority is like a relationship. Like that was like me for a while. Like I'm going to only pour into this, so I don't have to look at me. I got this situation over there. I can just keep pouring into you, and that's going to work out till they dip, and then everything changes. So I think that that's a big thing. Go to therapy if you can, especially if you're a man, and make sure to just like be outside right now. It's a beautiful summer, especially in freaking San Francisco, but I think everywhere we're about to hit this really important tipping point in this like Renaissance revolutionary sense, and I could feel it in the air, and everybody's like on that time too.
It's the data centers.
Huh?
I said it's the heat. It's the data centers.
That's I mean, no, dude, the climate change shit's fucking real. But
El
no,
Nino coming.
yeah,
That's
for real.
what
The ending is not.
Bro.
So that's the
Earthquakes,
other
everything.
part where we're about to get hit with a lot of really insane stuff before things get a lot better. So just kind of like shore up all your resources. Make sure to check in on your homies for real. That's the big thing. And was motivational stuff, and what else?
Where can people find you? And do you have any shows coming up?
Yeah. So
Events, pop-ups, whatever.
yeah, right now I'm just living on Instagram a little bit. It's Demse.000. That's DEMSE.000. You should also follow my band, Coral 9 Band. That's me and the homies, Riley, Yara, and Franny. We are like the most explosive rock quartet coming out of the Bay right now. Nobody can fucking shit on us, and I fucking know that shit for sure.
Yeah.
You gotta check this shit out. Yeah, you can find us on everything. Coral 9 Band, like CORAL 9. It's like Cloud 9, but underwater. And then obviously check us out as is, because that's just what we are. We just come in as is, and it rips. It's really great. And then my first release, Pride of Madeiras, is out on Bandcamp and like SoundCloud. Like I'm trying to figure out what my relationship is to like Spotify and streaming. So like I kind of have to like. I had to work on that. But also I want everyone to see my shit, and that's where everyone is right now, so I might have to just get over it. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Oh, and then shows and shit coming up. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you guys are into jamming in any way, we're pulling up to dude, should I say Gestalt or Gestalt? I always switch between the two.
I said this all.
Yeah. So Gestalt Bar right now, we're running like a every other Saturday jam situation. We come in, play a little house band stuff, and then like just come with what you have. You know, we're not really in the mood. Sorry, in the mood of the mode of like, oh, we gotta call this particular song, but like come with some chords, come in with there's some riff, just like whatever your thing is. Just show up and just see what happens, because those types of jams, like that's where you get to make those like really rare moments happen, and that's what everyone's looking for right now. So do that. That's every other Saturday. Next one's gonna be what? That's
11th.
The 11th, yeah.
7-Eleven, baby.
7-Eleven, baby. And then the next, next show for Coral 9 is going to be on July 24th at the Planetarium. That's in the East Bay in Richmond. And then this Friday, July 3rd, I know some of y'all have off. I know it's a weekend. I know July 4th is right around the corner. But my homie Luna the Bluma is going to be, yeah, exactly. And my homie Luna the Bluma, leader of the Bloom Room and our kind of contingent of homies, is going to be throwing a really dope show with Sunday and Jay De La Cruz. Yeah, dude. Sunday's so cool.
I love Sunday.
Yeah.
Shout out Sunday. Sunday?
Yeah. She'll be running a show over at Brick and Mortar this Friday. I think that show's about to pop off. And then again, it's like the homies from Coral 9 are in it as well, Franny and Riley. And shout out KK on bass. But like, they're putting together and I think Clay's playing piano. But they're putting together a really, really special night for everyone. And like, I think one other thing that folks are starting to really tap into is just like really just making sure that like the theming of your events is like super like just stacked, and like just make sure that your production value is up, because everyone can just show up at a venue now. Not like a bad way, but like I think everybody can like make a show happen if they really want to make it happen. So then what's going to set you apart is just going to be just like, can you bring the vibe and the energy of what it is in your soul and your heart, and then have everybody be on that type of time together. That's what we're trying to build. So just doing it in those small ways, it's really beautiful. And Luna's going to do that this Friday.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Speaking my language.
Yeah, bro. No, come on out. You got a flower on your fucking neck, bro. You're already in there. You don't even have to dress different.
I just feel up.
Yeah, for real.
I'm gonna try to make it on Friday.
Nice.
I have a Friday night off. So.
Nice, sick, bro.
Well,
Go see that.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Sorry, I'm over here like Friday, July 3rd. It's like, it's happening right now.
I'm down. Or I'll see what's up.
Yeah,
Pull
sure.
up.
Yeah. I do work.
Shit.
But,
At
I'll
Fate?
figure it out. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Yo, shout out Fate Collective.
Hey.
You know
What?
what I mean?
Big shout out to
What the hell is
team.
that spot?
That's,
Shout out Dan.
Shout out to
Dan.
Faye,
Shout out Pat
to
for
Dan,
running
shout out
that shit on the
Andrew.
low.
Shout out to
that place is community and culture being created by a team of us, and just trying to bring the local / also just people together. So it's just people together. We like, if you want to come kick it for wine, you want to come see a dating show, you want to come just vibe out, you can come hang out. Man, it's nothing like the energy we create. Come to the open mics on Tuesdays. We got one next week. Mommy's gonna be there.
I'll be there.
We creating, we curating, we change, and we're trying to change the culture, man. And we're trying to bring peace and positivity and just bring the world together. That's what we do as a band, what we do together, and so that's what I try to bring to the Fate. And it's just a beautiful world out here in San Francisco.
It's ill. It's ill. I was so like I had all this shit happening this morning. My car got bid, breakup shit, whatever. Go to the mission. I'm writing this song. I'm all in my feels. This dude comes up to me from the side, and like we just kind of start having a little bit of a conversation. And he gave me some trivia about the history of the city. And it really is these overlapping like gold rush boom bust moments. And every single time when you have like the super crazy amount of like money and stuff like that pour in, like right after that is like art revolution shit going off in some way, shape, or form. So we're in this AI kind of tech boom and bubble. And as that like plays out in the way that it's going to play out, we're on the other side of that, making things at the highest level we can, and like that's what the Bay Area is all about. Shout out Best in the Bay, and that team. They're about to throw a crazy festival. But I'm blanking on the name. Future is Us Fest, I think.
It's multiple. It's at multiple venues.
Yeah, and they're about to just blow up the whole city. So it's like, everyone out here is out here for a reason. Remember that for yourself and your artistry too. You're not just like out here by yourself. You're out here as a piece of like, you're not a cog in a machine. You're another seed in the garden, you know? So
Bar.
Yeah. Pull up.
I want to say thank you again, brother, for coming out.
Yeah, bro.
I love being able to talk to you.
Yeah.
Being able to perform with you, being able to hang out with you. It's really been a blessing. Can't believe we only met like 3 months ago. That's some bullshit.
Well, it's one of those things where like Loki and I are talking about that too, where it's just like wasn't time yet. Now it is.
Literally. But yeah, that's episode 4, the new season here. Recorded at Music City, the
Shout out
Star
Music City.
Factory.
Yeah, big shout out to Music City, man.
Are so appreciative of having this spot / also so excited to see how much is coming from this spot to more we can do here. So shout out Music City, shout out The Fate, shout out Dempsey, shout out Who's You,
Hey.
and shout out The Bay.
We appreciate y'all, man.
We coming.
Thank you for watching.
Love and peace.